So welcome back to Show Me How Beauty. Today I'm doing a very simple brown based smoky eye, but for everyday wear. Really quick and easy. It's a look that everyone can do. It doesn't like have any special full-on techniques or any hard to do eyeliner. It's just very basic, and I think it's a look that everyone can do sort of for day-to-day wear if they like, and then they can then take it from sort of work to nighttime. Just taking a little bit of the Clinique Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief, and this is just a nice oil-free moisturizer, great to apply underneath foundation. If you've been feeling a little bit dry, it just helps everything to apply really smoothly. And because I'm prone to blemishes, it's really good for making sure that it doesn't break me out really. So for foundation today, I'm going to mix two together. I have been tanning a bit, so I'm quite brown. My face is a little more pale, but I'm going to try and match my body. So I have the MAC Pro Longwear foundation. This is in the colour NC37, so I'd say it's a little bit dark. I don't want my face to be that dark. So I'm going to take 2 pumps of that, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the Revlon Colour Stay. This one's in the colour medium beige, 24 medium beige. Just going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush for that. This is a look really I would think that is great for day to day, and it's a sort of look that is really good to master. So if you want a look that you can wear to work every day, or have a signature look that's not too hard to do but is still really effective and looks really good, like you've made an effort, then this I think is a nice one to use. So in that case, it's just good to find a foundation that you really like, that you know works for you. So in that instance, you're not stressed about, oh, will this foundation look any good, or is it the right one for today, or things like that. Like if you find your sort of go-to foundation, then that's what you should use with this look. Now it still looks a little light for my body, but I think that's also the lighting. I'm not usually one that wears like a really full coverage foundation, but for today I thought I would use something a little bit different to my usual Bobbi Brown foundation. I know that people can often get a little bit annoyed when it's always the same foundation, so something different. If you like a high coverage, these are both really nice ones, nice options. And as you can see, you can always mix colours to get the look that you're after. Today I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the colour medium brown. Now I think the trick with this, if you've used it before and you've not really liked it, is to get a little bit on your brush. It's sort of easy to pick up quite a lot, and then for me, I'll just use the lid, and I'll put it into the lid on my brush everywhere, and you sort of end up with it all over the lid. Try and take off as much off your brush as you can, because we don't really want all that excess. It'll end up with us having really, really dark eyebrows. Now, because it is sort of an everyday makeup look, if you're at home and you know you've already got quite good brows, then maybe you'll just use a light brown mascara, or you could use a little bit of pencil. It's all dependent on the products you have at home and your actual brows. Like, you know, you might not need much work on yours, or you might have really thick dark brows that are just waxed beautifully and you don't have to really worry. So I'm then going to go in with a little bit of the Ico Brow Gel, just on a little brush, and just be careful with it, because if you've just pulled it out of the tube, it can have a little bit too much product on. So just try and get that excess product in the ends of the brows, and then blend into the center when you have less on the brush. Otherwise it can be like really intense from the beginning. Okay, because it's an everyday sort of simple look, I would then go in with my concealer, because I'm not doing a massive amount on the eyes. I can move on to the rest of the face and then go into the eyes after. If I was doing like really full on sort of smoky eye, with like loads of blacks and products that drop out, then I would do my eyes first. But I'm using the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay in the colour Medium Neutral. This is like my 3rd time using it, but so far I've been loving it. But I'm really enjoying this concealer. I'm just using a sponge by Real Techniques just to blend that in. And I blend sort of that inner eye bit over my eyelid as well. I'm just taking a little contouring brush from Real Techniques and just setting that under eye concealer first. Recently for contouring, I've been using this Ben Nye Media Pro HD Cream. It's in the colour MCS03 Natural. I'm just going to use my finger to apply that on my contour there. Now, you don't have to do this for every day, obviously, but this is just a product that I've been using, so I'm loving it, and I just thought I would use it. It's actually pretty easy really to do it anyway. Once you sort of know where you've got to apply the product based on your face shape, it's easy to do. For me, I actually apply it down here because I've got a big, strong jaw. Then I'm just going to buff it out with this Designer Makeup Tools rounded buffer brush. And I'm just going to do it in patting motions. I find this product moves the best if you sort of pat it. They're not dragging the rest of the foundation underneath. And then into the hairline, blending upwards. Now, like I said, this, if it's an everyday look for you, you don't have to do this at all. Ooh. Just going to use my fingers actually and just pat that and blend it downwards. And then if you're sort of thinking things are a little bit strong at all, you can just go back in with your foundation brush and give it a blend. Now, like I did before I just set under the under eye, now I'm just going to go back through with that same powder in the colour NC40 and just lightly blend across, only really quite a small amount, but just to set. For instance, I'm now using the Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer from Too Faced. That is the packaging there. And I'm taking that with a Makeup Forever 132 wavy brush. So it's like a contour brush. You can actually use it under the eyes. It's sort of quite a versatile brush, but I actually find it's great for adding in a bit of definition on my contour. So just from the top of the ear, just sort of blend it down and then upward. Same on the other side. I initially start off with it going like really sharp, but then I'm blending upwards, even turning it sideways and blending in a little bit when I don't have anything really left on the brush. Again, I can do it across the angle of my chin. You don't have to be too sort of... So for an eyeshadow primer, I'm using a new one. This is the eyeshadow primer Potion by Urban Decay, and it's in the colour Eden. So it's actually like a skin tone colour. You only need the tiniest amount. So like that much. I mix it together on my 2 fingers and then I just tap it onto my eyelids. And I just tap a little bit underneath the eyes. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that powder, like I did before with my contouring brush, and just set that eyeshadow base. It can be quite sticky and it sort of grabs onto product, which is good, but if you're really wanting to blend stuff across it in the beginning rather than packing it on, it can really catch. I'm taking a blush from MAC in Sincere, and then I'm taking Texture from MAC. So I'm just mixing them together on the brush. This is a MAC 217. Any blending brush that's got a fluffy end like that is fine. And I'm just going to blend that through my crease. You can, if you like, use a different colour here. You could use like a grey tone if you want to. You can use, depending on what colour you want to go for. If you want to go for a black, you could still use this brown. So for my lid colour today, I'm going to take Swiss Chocolate by MAC. It's like a beautiful warm tone brown. And I'm taking that on a Dior eyeshadow brush. It's a little flat, fluffy shadow brush. This is all matte, really. Texture's got a bit of a reflection in it, but nothing that's too full on. And like I said, I'm just going to take that all over the mobile lid. I'm actually taking that up a little bit into the transition colour. And then going to go back in with that fluffy brush I used earlier and just blend those edges out. I'm just going to take MAC Chromographic Pencil in the colour NC15 NW20, so it's a lighter one. I'm just going to line my waterline with that. And that just sort of brightens the eye a little bit. I'm using a little definer brush from Gorgeous Cosmetics. It's a little tiny little one. You can use whatever brush you like, but I'm just going to take a little bit of Swiss Chocolate and just press that really softly just underneath that lash line. Now if you're in a hurry, you can apply a bit of mascara and you can skip this step, but I'm just going to go in with a little bit of black eyeliner from Eye of Horus, and I'm just going to add a little bit into the lash line, just on that top lash line. So I'm just taking a little Lush curler. If you've got time, heat up your curler with a bit of hot water or a hairdryer. Just be careful it's not too hot. So just test it on the underside of your wrist. For mascara today, I'm going to use the Grandiose mascara from Lancome, the black one. I do find though, if you wear this without an eyeshadow base, that I do get a lot of transfer onto my eyelids. So I don't think I've used it since that happened with me. So with an eyeshadow base, I don't assume you'll get the same effect, because for me, I have quite oily eyelids, so it can really mix with the products and the oil on my eyelids and cause a lot of transfer. So if that happens to you, then get a good eyeshadow base, like the one that I just used today, or maybe a paint pot from MAC, or there's a good primer from NARS. Just going to take that on a little fluffy brush and just apply that on the inner part of my eye. If you use a fluffy brush, it won't go on too intensely, but it just applies really nicely and like quite soft, which is really what we want. Nothing too intense. Now with that same highlight shade eyeshadow, I'm just going to take it on my little brush and just dot it along my cheekbone, as you can see, and then just blend, blend, blend. Now, if this is for work or office environment and you don't want to use a highlighter, you definitely do not have to. I think that it's very pretty. Oh, I'm taking this blush from NARS in the colour Deep Throat. It's probably one of my most favourite blush colours, just because it's really sort of pretty and pink, but very healthy still, like nothing too loud. And I'm just sort of blending that backwards. Okay, so obviously for day to day, you don't always wear lashes, but sometimes I see those girls that have eyelash extensions and I get really jealous, and so it makes me want to wear lashes during the day. So I'm going to pop on some lashes. I'm using the Siren lashes by House of Lashes. I'm just going to quickly pop them on. I'm using Bobbi Brown lip liner in beige. And then I'm using one of the new Revlon Ultra HD lipsticks in the colour 830 Rose. And it looks like this. And it's just a really lovely, if I do a swatch on the back of my hand, really lovely everyday sort of pink colour. So I think that is it for this makeup look. So it's just a really easy, glowy skin. Basic lip, like just a really pretty nude colour. Easy to do brown smoky eye, but great for everyday wear, or you could really like obviously amp it up a bit for a nighttime out, but again, very simple and easy. And if you wanted to, you could actually change this to a red lip if you wanted to sort of take it from day to night, from like office to the club. Leave me some comments below letting me know your thoughts on the products and everything that I've used. And leave some requests down below with some looks that you'd like to know how to do, or any questions or queries. And I'll see you next time on Show Me How Beauty. Bye!